Well, good morning, friends. Happy Saturday. How are we doing this morning? I don't know why that's getting cut off here. There we go. We'll fix that a little bit. How are we doing this morning? We've got Denise, Mel. Mel, did you have a good birthday? Hopefully you had a good birthday the other day. Good morning, Julie. How you feeling this morning? Feeling a little bit better? Julie's been under the weather here lately. No fun when it's summertime and nice and the kids are trying to go back to school and you're trying to live your life and get back to work and some normalcy after the summer months. We got Eva joining us along with Chris. Brian, good morning. Good morning, Dwayne. Howdy. Howdy, sir. How are you doing this morning? Nice sunrise taking shape here this morning. Have you been outside? It feels pretty good. Not too terribly bad to get the day started. We'll show you a live view here from downtown Clinton in Anderson County, looking off to the southeastern sky. Got the water tower right there in the center of the screen. Cool shot right there. Beautiful start to the day. Hopefully you have a chance to get out and enjoy it. There we go. Julie's feeling a little bit better this morning. Good. Nobody wants to be sick. It's like my biggest pet peeve ever. You know what I mean? All right, so let's talk about the forecast for the day today. I want to start you off first things first with the rainfall accumulations from what we saw yesterday. And the reason why, get on screen here a little bit. The reason why is that I wanted to show you that the higher terrain basically are the best locations for seeing some showers and thunderstorms. And that's really going to be the story, I think, through the day today and through the rest of the weekend, really. So not a huge chance or threat, rather, for much rainfall here this weekend. Yesterday, we did top out into the 80s. We made it to 86 degrees in Knoxville. I was forecasting 87 degrees, so we were 1 degree shy of that. Picked up 36/100ths of an inch of rain in Crossville. Some of you picked up some rainfall. I actually saw a nice little lonely shower drift its way through West Knoxville where I live, so it was nice to get a brief little downpour. But really the name of the game is this ridge of high pressure, stretching all the way from New England, and it stretches all the way down to the state of Tennessee. Now, there is a cold front and a trough to our west and northwest in the top left-hand side of your screen, but that's not going to swing its way into the area. High pressure is going to be the dominating weather feature, which ultimately will keep our temperatures about average, if not maybe slightly above average, some days anyways. But we'll start to see increasing chances for rain here this next week as well. I'm also talking about tropics. I'm going to show you some graphics here towards the end on some tropical weather. If you're interested, you can stick around. But again, it's nothing to share on social media. It's just a conversation because we've had that conversation through the last week or so about how the tropics are going to really start to get a little bit more active. And that's seasonable, right? That's average. September 10th is when we typically peak hurricane season anyway. So we're only heating up from here on out. Not a lot of cloud coverage out there, but some of you got a few clouds hanging out with us this morning. That should be about the extent of it. A little bit of fog, mainly where we saw the rain showers yesterday. You might have some fog this morning, but not enough to really slow anybody down too much. Temperatures, though, are super comfortable. How about Rogersville, Greenville, Tri-Cities again this morning, even along the Tennessee-Kentucky border, nice and comfortable. It feels amazing outside, so go grab yourself a cup of coffee, sit on the back patio or the front porch, and just enjoy it with the birds chirping and the squirrels running out and getting some breakfast, and maybe the kids getting up and starting to run around outside and play on their bikes. But dew points are in the 50s and 60s from Rogersville to Tri-Cities and Greenville. So very comfortable for sure. Even Morristown, the dew point's at 63, so probably pretty comfortable up into Hamlin County as well. Then you get into the central Southern Valley. Dew points are actually in the upper 60s to low 70s, and so that makes it feel a little bit warmer this morning because we have a little bit more humidity. But all in all, our temperatures are about where we were yesterday. All right, let's pick up our future cast this morning. We'll run you through the lunch hour. Nothing going on. Plenty of sunshine. We'll start to see those clouds building. Notice the flow in the atmosphere. It's basically coming from the easterly direction, really. And so as we heat up the atmosphere, the higher terrain typically gets the atmosphere to heat up first, and you start to get the air to rise a little bit sooner across the higher terrain than it does in the valley. And so we'll start to see a few afternoon showers and thunderstorms developing across the mountains. So something to keep in mind if you're going to be up in the mountains. If you're joining us from the mountain counties, some of these may drift their way into the lower elevations, but they're going to be slow movers. And so if they do get going, just kind of keep in mind, if you do get rain, you're going to get some pretty good rainfall throughout the day today. But that's going to change as we get into next week as well. All right, forecast high is pretty average. Average high is 88 degrees for this time of the year. We're going to be right there in the upper 80s. But we are adding a little bit more moisture to the atmosphere, so the heat index value is going to go up just a little bit as well. Good morning, Lynn. How are you this morning? What's up, Lee? Lee's sent in some pictures already this morning from the golf course. I did see it. So we're going to be sharing some photos with Witcher's pictures coming up in just a few minutes as well. Katrina says it's nice outside. It feels nice. And enjoy it because, A, it's the weekend, especially if you don't have to work, and B, well, the humidity is going to be increasing next week. The squirrel ran out, but it was the hawk who had breakfast. Oh, boy. Come on, Carcane. Come on, man. That poor squirrel. If you have evening plans here tonight, or if you don't have evening plans, we got a baseball game. The Smokies are back in town, so we've got another baseball game here tonight if you're looking for something to do, or maybe you've been wanting to go to the stadium. First pitch is at 7 o'clock tonight. Should be a perfect night for baseball. Perfect night. So when you add up today's rainfall and then tomorrow's rainfall, you can kind of see the location. So let me go back to today. Here's today's rainfall forecast. Then we'll go to tomorrow. So similar locations, not a ton of rainfall, going about a 20 to 30% chance for rain each and every day. High pressure is going to continue to build in aloft. This is in the upper parts of the atmosphere. So high pressure is going to continue to build in aloft, and as it does so, that's going to continue to bring in more heat. And so now we're not talking about excessive heat. It's just going to keep our temperatures average to maybe just a degree or two above average. Not a big deal there. But notice our morning lows are coming up into the 70s, and I think that's going to be the story as we continue to add more humidity, more moisture to the atmosphere. So dew points are in the mid to upper 60s, even some upper 50s this morning, but they're going to climb into the 70s as we get into our Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So even though temperatures stay pretty stagnant in the upper 80s, because we're adding more moisture to the atmosphere, that's going to lead to, well, a hotter week ahead of us. A more typical August week, if you will, kind of like the weather we were dealing with in the month of July. Heat index values are back into the upper 90s to low 100s. And so that is definitely going to make it hotter. Available moisture in the atmosphere. This is all into next week, okay? The darker shades of reds and oranges, that's more moisture to the atmosphere. So let me bring that back to, let me start that over here. And you'll get an idea. See how we have a lot of, blues and light greens showing up on the map? We don't have a lot of moisture to work with. And so any of the storms that get going or any of the showers that get going, they're not going to be the efficient rain producers that they will be next week. And the reason why is, again, this available moisture, precipitable water, PWATs is what we call it. So the PWAT values are going to be increasing next week, which increases probably going to be increasing our localized flooding and flash flooding threat. It's going to produce gully washers with any of the showers and thunderstorms that fire up. Now, when you look at your rain chances, they're going to be fairly lackluster. We don't have any major storm system on the way per se, but we will see a little bit better coverage of rainfall because we're adding more moisture. The humidity is going to increase. We heat up the atmosphere. We're going to have hot August weather. So that's going to lead to better coverage of rainfall, which we need. We talked about it yesterday that we are still dealing with a little bit of a drought and some abnormally dry conditions. And that's not great news heading into the month of September and October being our driest months of the year. We need to get that rainfall now, right? So we can not have to deal or contend with much of a fire danger, because as we get into September and October, because they're our driest months and the leaves are falling, it elevates our fire danger, and we don't want a high fire danger by any stretch. By next Wednesday, we're going to just see most of our rainfall across the higher terrain, so those afternoon showers and thunderstorms, but maybe a little bit better coverage of rainfall across the southeastern U.S. as we get into our Thursday and Friday timeframe. All right, that's your forecast here locally. Let's talk tropics for a second. This just came down from the National Hurricane Center, so sorry the graphic is not updated. It does not update automatically, but let me see what that is. Because that updated actually during my morning broadcast, my forecast. So now we're up to a 40%. So that's actually a 40% now. 40% chance of seeing some sort of tropical development over the next 7 days. And so because of that, the National Hurricane Center is going to be keeping an eye on that. And so I'm just trying to update this graphic on the fly. Right? Watch this. The colors will change. There we go. So now we've got a 40%. So that's, something we're going to keep an eye on. So let me show you what this looks like. Now, I'm never going to be posting this on social media. Please don't ever screen grab this. Don't ever post this to social media. We are way too far out. Let's see. We are actually, next graphic I'm going to show you basically takes us out, 276 hours. Way too early to show you or put this out on social media, but we're friends and we talk about the weather, and I want you to understand, and I want to give you an idea of what we're looking at. Now, the American model and the European model are actually depicting a very similar situation. So let's take you to Africa. And so this time of the year, we typically start to get these waves coming off of Africa, these thunderstorms that develop over Africa, then they move into the Atlantic Ocean. And of course, as we continue to heat up the ocean waters, as we progress through the rest of summer into September, because September 10th is our average peak hurricane season, because it takes us all summer long to heat up the ocean waters. Water heats up faster or slower than dry air or moist air anyway. So the water Anyways, so there's that little wave right there off of the coast of Africa. Watch as we track this. So here comes this little wave, possibly becoming our next named storm. It's going to move its way towards the Bahamas and the Caribbean, the Lesser Antilles, the Greater Antilles, and then swing its way up through the Bahamas possibly. And again, this is the American model, but this is what potentially could happen. Now, again, I'll never post this on social media. I just want you to kind of keep this in the back of your head that now we have some waves heading our way, so we'll have to start paying attention. This is 276 hours out. So this actually takes us to, Wednesday, August 20th. So again, I would never post this on social media because this is likely going to change drastically. Although, as I mentioned, the American model and the European model are depicting a very similar thing. So now what we look at is what's the word I'm thinking of? Now we need to see how this all plays out in the next couple of days. Consistency. So now do the models consistently start to show this storm in the same location day in and run after run after run? If that's the case, then the confidence starts to increase that this tropical wave may actually turn into a tropical storm or a hurricane and may hit the U.S., but may not. So that's the point of the story, and then it's going to curve its way northward. But again, 276 hours. Do not post this on social media. Do not share any of this on social media. It is not the time, a week and a half out, to share any of that information. But I want you to be aware of it, and that's why I showed you that. Looking ahead above and beyond the 7-day forecast, we may be trending above average when it comes to temperatures around town. So something to kind of keep in mind here as we progress. We know August is typically a very hot month, as July was as well. So hopefully you get to just embrace the season for what it is, the month for what it is, and then, then we can move on. And listen, after August 23rd, our average temperature will start to quickly come on down. And as we get into September, October, obviously we're now into the fall months, which will, of course, make it feel a little bit more comfortable. Hopefully we'll start to get, some of those cold fronts to swing on through the area, drying the air out as we get into September and October, helping to give us those little false feelings of fall. I want to take it back outside and show you what it looks like at Fox Road Marina. Anybody heading off to the lakes today? Should be a good lake day around East Tennessee. If you're looking for something to do today, the Tea and Treasure starts at 11. It runs till 4 o'clock in South Knoxville. Felicia says, come see us. It's the second Saturday marketplace if you're looking for something to do. Good morning, Seth. How are you this morning? We also have the farmers markets around town as well if you're looking for something to do this morning, or maybe you need to get out and mow the yard. If you do, let the dew kind of evaporate a little bit before we get out there and start mowing the yard. All right, let's go ahead. And if you're new to the show, welcome. We now talk about national holidays. And let's see what kind of national holidays we have for the day today. And then we'll go over some Witcher's pictures. And I do have some great pictures to share with you as well. Not to mention, of course, we're talking about the full moon tonight, the Sturgeon full moon. If you hopefully had a chance to see that yesterday. If not, tonight's the night to see it. And we're going to have some clear skies, so it should be a perfect night to do so. All right, your national holidays for the day today. It's August 9th, so of course we're celebrating birthdays. Anybody have a birthday out there, give us a big shout out. Or if you know anybody that has a birthday. We also have events that are ongoing, and of course Felicia's talking about Tea and Treasures. Again, South Knoxville, 11 to 4 at the second Saturday marketplace. When can we start to see some of that fall weather? I can't wait. Debbie, I'm with you on that one. It's nice to start to see those cooler afternoon highs. The drier air always feels a little bit better, but I think we have to wait just a little bit longer, unfortunately. All right, it's National Passion Fruit Day. All right. Do you like passion fruit? I'm not a big fan of passion fruit. I think it's like too sweet and too tropical. No, I shouldn't say too tropical. It's just not my forte when it comes to fruit. But today is National Bowling Day. It is the second Saturday of August, National Bowling Day. I will have to tell you that I love bowling. I think it is one of the greatest things ever. If I ever had all the money in the world, I would build a bowling lane in my house. That's how much I like bowling. So hopefully you like bowling. If you're looking for something to do today because it's National Bowling Day, maybe get out and hit the bowling alleys. Go have some fun. Even though it's indoors, right? And it's going to be a nice weekend. So maybe save that for a rainy day, per se. It's National Veep Day. National Veep Day. National Veep Day on August 9th recognizes the succession plan of the President of the United States. The day also acknowledges the one president who was neither elected vice president nor president, and that was Gerald Ford. So today is National Veep Day. All right.
Welcome to August.
Get that music off. Today is National Garage Sale Day. Anybody, A, having a garage sale today? And B, how many of you like to do garage sailing? I actually really like to do garage sailing. I think it's fun. You know, one person's trash is another person's treasure. That's what they say. It's National Rice Pudding Day. I'm going to give a big shout out to that. I love rice pudding. I think it's so good. Some of you may not like it because the texture and whatever, but it's just rice. It's not like tapioca. I think if you can do boba tea, you could probably do rice pudding, although I can't do boba tea. It's National Book Lovers Day. For all you book lovers out there, go grab yourself a book this morning, a cup of coffee, and kick back, relax, and enjoy a nice read out on the front or back porch. Should be a good night for that. Happy birthday, Nathan. Whose birthday is it? Is it Nathan's birthday? Hiking House Mountain this morning. What's up, Nathan? How are you this morning? Is it Nathan's birthday? I don't know. But it's Nathan's birthday, I guess. If we're talking about Nathan Phillips, I'll text you later on. That's a good friend of mine. All right, those are your national holidays for the day today. Let's go ahead and take it back outside. We'll show you what it looks like. How about let's take you to the Smoky Mountains. All right, that's a live look in downtown Gatlinburg. A nice day. You want to get up and do some hiking, do it now. But again, watch out for some of those showers heading our way later on this afternoon. You're packed at the golf course today. Is it packed? Nice. That's awesome. You sent me some pics through email. All right, I'll have to check those out here in a second. Miranda loves bowling. Denise loves garage sales. Katrina likes bowling. Your son is Nathan. Nice. What's up, Nathan? How are you this morning? All right, let's go ahead and talk about some pictures. I got some great Witchers pictures to share with you this morning. And thanks for uploading those through the East Tennessee Weather app under Witchers Pictures. Now, let's start you off first things first with this one. This one's coming in from Lisa. Okay, well, and it's sideways again. I don't know if you all are uploading those sideways or I don't know what's going on, but either way. How about that one? Lisa says on this photo through Witcher's Picture, says, we had another visitor this afternoon at my workplace in Gatlinburg. What's up, little Mr. Bear? How are you? That's like twice in like the last couple of weeks, isn't it, Lisa? Lisa also had a great picture of the moon last night. I suppose it's probably going to come in sideways. There, it is coming in sideways. There we go. Let's fix that for you. There we go. It almost looks like the sunrise. And that's the moon, Lisa? That's crazy. That's awesome looking. Let's see. Sherry says the same thing. Sun or moon? Sun or moon? You choose. Let's move that one. I'm going to have to say maybe the moon based on what you said. Lee actually sent in a great photo as well. Here's one coming from Lee Bliss, who's packed at the golf course. A nice picture of the nearly full moon, unless that was this morning, Lee. And then, of course, that's the full moon because today is the full moon day. Matthew Lilly sent in this great photo of the showers yesterday. I think it was yesterday anyways. And he says on this one, he says, brilliant, brilliant. And another one, photo credit by Kaylee Lilly. So this is Matthew's daughter. There's Matthew himself. Here we go. This is a great shot. Look at that. I love it, Matthew. I love it. That's awesome. Great stuff right there. You gotta have some fun with that stuff, right? Let's see. Seth sent in a couple photos. Let's see if I can get those up for you. Oh, that's a good one, Seth. How about this one? That's a great photo. Look at that shot. What are you on top of the hospital there? What else you got here, Seth? You had a couple other ones. Is that a rainbow trying to peek off in the distance there, Seth? Maybe. Great Witcher's pictures, by the way. Thank you very much. Thanks for sharing that with us this morning. Awesome pictures. If you have pictures, by the way, you can always share those through the East Tennessee Weather app. If you don't have the app, scan that QR code or just go to your app store and search East Tennessee Weather. It'll pop up. Look for the orange TN and the white lightning bolt. But if you're wondering how to get to those Witcher's pictures, just go to the app itself and you scroll down and you click on Witcher's pictures right there. It'll either ask you to take a picture or upload the picture. Make sure you put in as much information as possible when you actually fill out the description, because it lets me know exactly what's going on, who's in the picture, who's not in the picture, where you are, where you're located. And if you upload those pictures, say, from the location, then you can actually see that. Otherwise, it just shows up the location from your house. If you want to track the rain today, if the skies are starting to look a little dark, make sure you check in with the interactive radar. The interactive radar will give you a forecast of 2 hours. So when you push play, it actually will give you a forecast of 2 hours. And for iPhone users, click the little TN in the white TN in the top left-hand side of the screen. That will take you back to the home page. Full forecast is updated already here at this hour, but just wanted to show you how to get to those Witcher's pictures. Super important, right? And I love that you share those with me, either through email or through the app itself. All right, my friends, so we're going to wrap things up this morning. It is Saturday. It is 8:23. It is August 9th, and it is going to be another hot day. If you joined in on the app or joined in late, I'm going to send the app users back to the 24-hour weather channel here in just a second, and you'll get your forecast from yours truly coming up here in just a moment as well. Let's see. I don't think the app is sending you my pictures. I've tried sending 5 or 6 in the past few weeks. No, Nicole. Okay, do me a favor. Let me show you something here real quick. For those of you that may have any issues with the app, let me stop and pause for a second. Let's go back to the app for a second. Okay, let me get that up here. Let's get that up and running. For those of you that are having issues or any sort of issues like that with the app, click on the cog wheel on the top right-hand side of the screen on the app itself. If you click on that, come down to email support. Once you click on that email support, it'll open up an email, okay? And it will send me a token. You can't see that right there, but it will send me a token. Give me a description on what's going on. So what I can do is with that token, I can send that to the app developers, and they will actually be able to fix your app, because they're all just a little different. So again, click on the cogwheel on the app itself, click on email support, give me a description, and then I will send that off to the app developers, and we can get that fixed for you. Super easy. It's super simple and super easy. Just give me a description, and it takes that token from your cell phone so they know exactly what is going on. Whew, what is going on today? All right, we got some airplanes getting ready to take off here this morning. Taxiing, so we'll leave you with a live view from KMNV, Monroe County Airport, here on Facebook and social media and YouTube. But again, if you're going to be on the app, I'll send you back to the 24-hour channel in just a moment. In the meantime, I hope you have a great day. Be safe, be kind to each other. We know life is short. I'll be present on social media today. I'll also see you on Wake Up with Witcher tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then we're back to 6 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday for now. Although we may make some changes. Kind of navigating a few things on where people are and when they want it. I've got a big old pickleball tournament today, so if you're looking for something to do, I'll be at Orange Hat Brewery from about 11:30 or so. My first game is at noon, 12:15, I think. Big old pickleball tournament, and I'll be out playing pickleball again, several games tomorrow. If you're looking for something to do, come to Orange Hat Brewery in Hardin Valley. Come say hi. Come say hi to me, though, if you do come out there. And never be afraid to say hi to the Witchers out in public. Please, please, please. I had somebody say that to me the other day. She said, I'm sorry to bug you. You told us to come say hi to you if we see you in public. And I said, I do. So hopefully you have a chance to come out and see me and say hi. All right, my friends, have a great day. Be safe, be kind to each other. Life is short. See you tomorrow.